Ooh, someday I'm gonna be able to go to a cutscene like this or go over to this, and you'll just see some guy hanging out in that tree. Oh hell yeah! I should have put the robots on for you guys. What was I thinking? I wasn't. Tinkle Winkle. Can we get a ban to ban the word Tinkle Winkle? I forgot. I didn't see that M until now. No, I think we should officially call them Tinkle Winkles. Anytime I go number one, it's a Tinkle Winkle. That seems like a good move to really bring more viewers into the stream, is to just use the most childish names for so Tinkle Winkle it is. Whatever you want, piss boy. Art of the deal. Making great deals, guys. We're getting so many good deals out of this. The most recent thing I love is like, oh, I was talking to him this weekend about everything, and it's basically like, yeah, no, there was no, it wasn't nobody. It was nobody in a position of power over there. Good shit. Booyah, grandmama. How you doing? All right. So many good deals. So many deals for you. So good for you. Dude, I have a channel I watch. Oh my god. I was doing the exchange rates for the prices that were on it, and it's just there's a bunch of salarymen in Japan who just record their daily routine, and it's fascinating to watch. But a lot of them just eat. They just go out and eat. And the prices, oh my god, guys. I was doing the math and I'm like, that's an $8 meal. Honey, that's $8. It's like, oh my god. He got this giant ass Indian naan thing with a bunch of like, oh, it looks so good. I spend 4 to 8 on lunch every day. 10 if I'm being fancy. I spend 63. Damn. Yeah. Ba-da, 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 ba. So what we'll do is we'll have the collision body be at the feet of the climber, so to speak. So it'll be an area 3D, I guess. He is so good. Collision shape. So many deals. So deals for you. So deals. And then I guess we'll do, I don't know, a cylinder? I guess we could do a square. So many deals for you. So many deals. I spent $50 for lunch today, and that's pretty regular for me. So, how do we do this? I think what we might want to do is some sleight of hand using the camera. $50 for lunch today. That's pretty regular for me. Damn. It's very common for people not to even have kitchens, maybe just a microwave. I don't think my digestive system could take that. Booyah, you're killing me. Fuck. What do you get? Tell me what you get. Describe it to me. What are you getting, Booyah? Are you kind of do you frequent the same places, or are you trying stuff out? Are you in an area that you can? I don't even know where you are. Where are you? I don't want to dox you. All right, my molten hot pie. What's it called when it has meats and stuff in it? What's that called? Whatever that is now a little less molten hot. Meguro. Is that south east? Let me see. No, I was completely off. So it's near Tokyo? Or it is Tokyo. That's one thing I don't understand is like how the prefectures and all that stuff work. So I don't understand that yet. Yesterday I got my little hole in my wall Chinese takeout place that does fried chicken bentos. Shibuya kasha. Thai food. Delicious. Is the county. Okay. Have you done the touristy like Skytree and Tokyo Tower and all that stuff? I would say what city I live in. Totally understandable. I'll let the president know he should delay the nuke. Oh shit, that's a really bad joke to make for Japan. It can range from like $500 to $3,000. Okay. Damn it. I used to live a few blocks from Tokyo Tower and walk there all the time with the pup. That's nice. Gosh. I hear rice is going up in price. At least from my my Tokyo businessmen that I follow on YouTube like a psycho. I do love looking at Japanese and especially South Korean street food. That stuff's wild. It's very American, I have to say. There was a rice shortage. I don't buy rice enough to notice the price changes. Yeah. I hear strawberries are really the thing in Japan as well. That they have 50% of the world's variety just in Japan. This is dog. Yeah, $1.50 for me as well, Doddle. Because our very stable and genius leader actively putting his thumb on the scales for that. It's very good. I almost believe, if you want to hear my wild theory about the Iran stuff, it's that he wants to make his investment with Venezuela make sense now. Strawberries are in right now. Every 3 months, a new seasonal fruit will take over the country. I gotta say, the Japanese seem to really appreciate food. So, like in a way that, you know, because in the States, you can be with a group of people and get food and you just eat it, and it's just like gone. And it's like you don't even, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird to describe. He seems to do that a lot. Yeah, it's almost like a character trait of his. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, food is embedded in every culture, event, and tradition. Yeah, and the cherry blossoms have bloomed already, right? So the cherry spring stuff is going on there. So that's cool. They blossomed almost the same time as our trees in my area, which was neat to know. I watched a video in one area that grows amazing yuzu, and it's the only thing they do once a year. They make some syrup. Main blossoms are just popping right now. Yeah. Well, I know. Hopefully, I'll be able to visit before I end up getting some kind of cancer or something and then dying. So that's the plan. I know my kids will go for sure, but hopefully we can make it before I croak. KFC is a Christmas thing. Might go at the end of May. Do it, dude. Go visit Booyah. So what brought you to Japan? Like, I don't know your history or like where you're from, and I obviously don't want to try to dox you or anything like that, but I'm curious. Wife and I just want to live abroad. I feel that. Buff love culture and entertainment. Booyah. Well, by the way, I never shout out Booyah, but are you streaming lately? I don't know. Yeah, you're streaming. Let me do, I don't shout out Booyah. Booyah comes in here and I don't shout out Booyah. I'll do it anyways. How about that? You can tell me no and I'll do it anyways. We both applied for jobs. She got one, and 9 months later, we were here. Nice. So it's like a work visa setup. I don't know how it is with the Japanese people, but I know the Japanese government seems to be welcoming to foreigners coming in and taking quote unquote taking jobs. I think there's a lot of growth there right now, if I'm not mistaken. Can be here for 5 years. Nice. 5 a.m. That's why I never see it. Yeah. I got to start scrubbing the VODs. Super cheap haunted houses. Extremely chill. Not manic like mine. So there's no real way to stay long-term legally. Craftsmanship, the nature, politeness. Yeah. It'd be nice to be on like a train system that's quiet. It doesn't smell like pee. That'd be cool. We're able to get permanent citizenship after 1 more year. And there's like a test or something like that. In what year did Nissan Motors? Is Nissan even Japanese? I don't even know. You just need to apply. Be a good little resident. Ah. Yeah, I really like how they do younger age education there too. Pay your pension and healthcare bills. There's a great documentary on NHK. Actually, Em, are you here? Just because I'm just consuming NHK. They really want young people. Yeah. Got to bang them out. So if you bang one out while you're there, they really want to keep you around, right? You're penalized for being old and trying to move here. I see. Let's see if I can find the... It was a documentary. Let's see. I can't track it down. I have to look. I'll look around. It's definitely a documentary, though. Anyways. I'm looking for it. Here it goes. It was nominated for some sort of like Emmy or Oscar thing, but it's called Instruments of a Beating Heart. It's really good. I don't know if you're here, but I think you would like it. Gotta go back to work. All right, Booyah, thanks for hanging out. Thank you for letting me ravage you with questions and stuff. Thanks for the info. And yeah, see you around. Back to work. So here's how I think I'm going to do this. Ravage. Savage. What do we want? What's the better phrasing? Ravage garden. Radish garden. I'm going to have 2 collision shapes. And if both collision shapes... Now, how would this work? Do I need 2 areas or just 1 area? Let's see. What can I ask Area 3D? What can I ask? I guess I'll try and get the docs in here. I hate that you have to do. Come on, Godot. Get your act together. Why do I have to click into script in order to go to help? Is there a help here? There is. Okay. You had your act together this whole time. I didn't. Area 3D. So if we get a collision entered, and then we ask Area 3D for the overlapping bodies of the entire thing, and we just confirm that both of them are the same, because there's only going to be two. Well, there could be more than two. But if both overlapping bodies are the same piece of lumber, then we go, okay, now let's move the controller onto that physics body thing. Been playing Manisha's demo for Sophia's Path longer than I was expecting, and it's getting tricky. Thought I would finish in one sitting. Yeah, Japan just installed new missile capabilities on the Pacific side of their, well, it's all the Pacific, but on the eastern side of their Pacific islands. So it's concerning. There's seemingly a growing escalation, and there's a I hate to put it this way, but as the United States becomes basically an unreliable global protector, the world is now gearing up, and I don't know that we'll like the outcome of that, but we should be driven towards peace. But if we get wrapped up in Iran, then anything going on with Taiwan is going to really be tough to deal with. China's Taiwan, as it was said in that one movie I was talking about that was really weird. Thank you for the follow, Fugue State. Yeah, new radio systems for intercepting military transmissions, as well as missile capabilities on one of their islands. Supposedly Germany and France are preparing for. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Well, yeah, France is becoming weirdly like. Yeah, France is. France is trying to take on the role of Europe's, like, it feels like they're really trying to be like the sort of the European military power, but yeah, it's too bad we keep doing that still, though, for some reason, huh? Yeah. Just don't. Who knows what's going on with those submarines now, huh? Okay. So if we space out, if we do this in a way where when we test both, we know that the position of our collision body is such that it would be under or over by a safe degree, I think that would be the way we want to do this. So what we'll do is we'll do a -5. Oops, on the I think the problem, though, in the terms of like Europe, is cohesive military action. and having like unit cohesion and stuff between independent countries. Um, that I think would be an interesting kind of challenge to have to deal with. I don't know, man. This guy's running around, quote unquote, making deals with countries and then immediately reneging on any promises made. And just like, and everyone's just gotten wise where it's just like, okay, sure, dude. Um, and it's so embarrassing how he just wants to be glazed, to use a Gen Z term. But he loves to be glazed. He's like, talk about how great I am and maybe I'll help you. 500. He's like the Vikings, but 500 years too late. Man, the Vikings almost took England. It was wild. They were doing some wild stuff. That's yeah, the taco nickname. It's so predictable. It's so predictable. And he just wants to be liked. It's really sad actually. Yeah. No. And it breaks down to, it's like what I say about me, that I'll always be, when it comes to my dad, I'll still be a child, like an 11-year-old boy trying to make his dad proud. And he definitely has something in his youth where he desperately wants to be liked. He's probably his entire life never had the feeling of a friendship that he knew was real and true. And so his idea of relationships is completely broken. It's something like that. Yeah. No, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a weird, it is weird to just know that we have this figurehead in our country right now. And I watch videos of him and I just imagine, like, you know, another, like a despot or something going to a country and basically just behaving and acting the same. And it's really, it's just sad. Makes me sad. England, yeah. All right. So I'm trying to imagine this. I have to visualize this. This is kind of embarrassing. if I don't do this right, then you could get stuck trying to transition from one lumber branch to the next. So here's our lumber branch. And let's pretend like we're right here up against it. We have this cylinder detecting our collisions. And we're slowly moving up, so the branch is going down. Now, we're out of detection of collision, and we're in collision detection of the new one, but not the next one after that. So what we actually want to do is move these up. Into something like this, so that as we move down, we leave that branch, and then we instantly see that we are intersecting with the new branch, and we rechild ourselves over. Now, this is concerning to me because I know from experience that reparenting in Godot can get really inconsistent at runtime. And so what we may need to do is actually have parallel to climbing controllers, and then when we detect moving into another branch from one of these, we then put that controller in with it, but and parent it to the new piece of lumber, so that we always have one on the next potential piece of lumber at the exact same position as the other one. Well, that was the whole thing with Vike. They just would take over things. So they just kind of went around and stole people, and then would try and take things, and just take areas and places. It was really, the Vikings really got scary when they started having, like, they kind of united under like kings and stuff. When they had like singular unification, then they got real organized. Because I think in their early history, they were pretty, segmented into like sort of tribal kind of things. And then, yeah. And I think some of that was thanks to Rome, to like the Roman Empire stuff, right? That was during the same time, right? So I don't know. That's cool stuff. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, the air is going. Hang on, it's nice and cool all of a sudden in here. So yeah, so climbing is going to get weird, but we're going to figure it out. So we're going to move. That's why we have, okay, so that's why. So I think we need two climbing controllers. Lots of grape and pillaging. I have the two, there's the great courses, air quotes, about Vikings. One is specifically about Viking history, and the other one is about Viking mythology. Viking mythology is fascinating because basically, if it weren't for two people in history, all of Viking, and it still technically is hearsay, but all of Viking mythology would have been basically lost, but for slight references. And even then, what we have is maybe not as much as there could have been. But it's really interesting because they carried their history, their mythology and history through music and rhyme. And they rhymed with the beginning word, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So the Viking myths that were transcribed onto paper were essentially two different people's recollection of those songs. And then you end up getting like there was a Christian who created Beowulf and stuff that was basically just bullshitting. Um and kind of making a like a if the myths were real, it was almost like the first uh Beowulf is like the first like uh reimagining like a film that like they rewrote it and re-released it years later after the first one was so successful or whatever. And I think that was a group of Christians in England that wrote that. I don't think the author of Beowulf is known. Yeah, it's an English poem. But it's cool. It's really cool. I mean, that's implying the Vikings didn't rewrite. And that's the one thing about Viking. So, Viking history, a lot of it's lost simply because they made everything out of wood. So, wood doesn't hold up very long. So, like, a lot of their, unless it got, fossilized essentially, a lot of their boats and everything we got really lucky with some good ship sinkings to even have some of that. And of course, there is this stuff, the architecture stuff that carries over through time. And the fact that they buried everybody in these giant mounds. So there was a few things that they did where we could kind of piece certain things together. But a lot of their history is just unknown simply because of the lifestyle that they lived. But it's really cool, the graffiti, like in England, there's a lot of Viking graffiti where it's like, I banged Sarah here. And it's like in runic writing. and it's like Steve has a really big schlong. And no joke, it's literally there's like writing on it's like bathroom, it's like what you would write on in a toilet stall kind of stuff. Even today we still use a lot of mythology, even though we have modern technology to note the truth. Yeah. Yeah, that's the wild thing is how rapidly we develop myths. You never know what you're going to come back to here. All right. So, like I was saying, I think we need 2 of these controllers in order for this to work properly. We're going to try just doing the reparenting thing, but like I've said before, in Godot, reparenting nodes is really hairy. It can get really messy. The other problem we have here is, well, we'll see. The fun thing about being parented to the here's the fun part is if we parent the controller to the rigid body and somebody cuts the bottom of the tree while you're on top of that rigid body, you're going to fall with the rigid body. So that'll be fun to have in just sort of something that can happen. But yeah, the Viking myths, when you consider certain things, huge slong. Oh, I was talking about how the Vikings in when they were all over England left like graffiti on stones and stuff. And it's just like, it's like Tina has big boobs. I'm not even joking. These are literally some of the like things that they wrote. It's just like, sorry, Tina. Um, but it's just that kind of stuff. Don't talk about Tina like that. She hasn't had pups. Oh man. Tina's great. So is Tina, because maybe we shouldn't do this, and I know there's some people that are real sticklers about this, but Calvin, he comes and goes at night on our bed, and he just lays there with us or whatever. But is Tina like in a crate? Is she not allowed on the bed? Like, what's that like? Does she not care? Some dogs are indifferent and they're like, I'm not coming up on that thing. That's your bed. She is crated mainly because she's still very puppy. And if we, oh yeah, she's in that phase. So she's pretty young, like 2.5 years. Bob tries to physically crawl inside of people. Fortunately, he sucks at it. But she's allowed on furniture and stuff. Calvin still will occasionally get in something and it turns into like 2 in December. Yeah, sounds like it. They grow out of all that stuff. Okay. So let's get these collision bodies going. So we'll say top collision shape and bottom collision shape. And then we're only going to collide with lumber. Now, there's still like a million problems with this approach. But we just want to get it going. Man, if we can get climbing going and cutting the branches and we just have that again, then we have prototype. We're actually pretty close to prototype here. Now, as far as lumber is concerned, are we setting a collision mask? We just have the number 3. Very good, Cricket. And 3 puts us at 0, 2, bit 1. So technically this collides with the ground and other trees. But what is it? It's collision layer 2, which is tree. Okay. Oh, God, it's taking everything for me not to show anything, Greg, but I'm super excited. Hold. What time is it? Should I stop here? The hour change just happened. Nobody else is paying attention. It's 6 o'clock. See, my daughter always wants to do something after 7. I'm proud of her. I feel so much pressure with the homeschooling stuff, guys, and I sometimes I lose my brain about it. I've had this weird thing happen twice where I must have hotkeyed something on accident, but in my downloads I have a folder named streamer name _ Twitch files _ and it's filled with 258 files, profile thumbnails, and people who are in the chat. Huh. Weird. Sounds like maybe there's an old plugin on your browser that's maybe like download the web page thing or something. And it's like if you see like an index.html file in your sounds like what would happen if you just go files when you go to save a page. Is that a thing anymore? Do you guys remember saving those single Explorer files that were like the entire web page as it was? You guys remember when you used to be able to set the background on Windows to a URL? That was fun. Bob Zoner came home about a month ago, question mark? Maybe more, but he's on a cruise right now. And I'm going to New York City tomorrow, so I'm dropping Bob off to his friends. Saving the page. Yeah. Yeah, Greg's going to go see Wallaber. They're having a heavy petting session together. I'm kidding. Got a bunch of shows. Going to see a bunch of shows and stuff. Even though I still have to work Thursday and Friday. No, none of them ever said hold. Hold. Okay, so now we have our collision shapes set up. That was easy, huh? And we're going to... Body entered. Let the bodies enter. Let the bodies in. I think we only care about entering. Okay. Yeah, tell Oliver we said hi. Gonna meet with friends on the 27th anyway, so just moved my flight earlier. Well, I don't hug strangers the first time I meet them. Well, that's gonna change, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna see you to that. Seeking it at a nice cabaret theater, so I got tickets like a real weirdo. Gonna be in the background smoking. At least please wear one what's his name outfits. Who was it? Who was the guy with a beard? Who was it? Santa? You sons of bitches. Are you that dense? No, famous beard guy. The white dude with the beard. Not beard, sorry. Mustache. That's the word I'm looking for. And the hair, the chest hair. Sullick. Magnum PI. Wear at least one Magnum PI outfit while you're there, please. From Chubanji? What? Should I go and shave everything off and just have a beard right now? The only thing is like, I don't know what this is going to be like if I did that. Should I give myself the Van Dyke? I could do that right now. How much we talking? How many subs? Let's do it. Crickets. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? And I tried to throw you off the scent. I just buzzed my hair and I have a mustache. But it was a mustache. Same diff. Remember when mustaches were during the 90s? I distinctly remember mustaches were like creepy and weird. And I feel like that's long gone now. But I remember distinctly in the 90s, the vibe with anyone with a mustache was like creeper. Is creeper even a term anymore? I don't think it was like an unearned reputation either. I think there was something during that time. But I totally finally understand why porn stash, that might have been it. Finally understand why firefighters have mustaches though. Once I saw their breathing apparatus, I was like, oh, right. It's pretty much the only facial hair you can have. I'm going to put a selfie in Discord. I look as old as F now. Should I open that offline? I'll open that offline. Let's see what we got. Unless you put it in Cricket. Did you put it in Cricket? I'll wait for it. Although my Discord's acting weird right now. Nothing's loading. Yeah, so speaking of the Trivago, does anyone know about the Trivago guy and those Trivago commercials with the creepy teeth? Oh no, I think it's because they need a tight seal around their mouth and nose. And so they're like the rest of their face needs to be smooth. And also exposed hair and fires and stuff, probably not a good idea. So like not having a giant beard that can like go up, I guess. The Trivago commercials here on Twitch were the reason I bought Turbo. Wow. Imagine the psychological warfare to play on your own audience to make a partner commercial so bad that people subscribe to your service in order not to see it. I kept getting this ad for like AIDS pills. And I didn't understand. I'm fine. Like, I don't need those. It was really weird though, because it was like literally every commercial. And it's like, I don't know what's going on right now, but I'm fine. I don't need this. The craziest thing to me about any of these ad stuff is supposedly they have all this tracking data about us, right? And they know whether or not we're about to sneeze or something. And the advertisements that I get are just the most awful, unrelated to anything in the entire, like, household. It's wild. I once saw a butt deodorant for women commercial. Oh man, some of the ladies commercials are getting pretty brazen. There, nothing against women, but there was an ad for like shaving, like feminine for downstairs. Like the shaver was good enough for the privates, down there. And the commercial literally just the camera. She's in bed. It's dark, but her legs are spread eagle and the camera's like panning down and there's just patches of pubes coming out of the underwear. And it's like, what in the fuck is happening to commercials right now? It's I don't understand. I don't need the visual. I understand what it's for. And also, generally, if you're selling something that's supposed to cut hair, you show how smooth and like gone it is, not like a bush. But I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it, Greg. You look good. Should I put it on the stream? Is there somebody behind you? Oh, that's you. You're in the reflection. There's someone behind you, Greg! Run! I don't get AIDS and pube commercials. Well, I do for some reason. And the crazy part too is they're on the streaming services on the TV. And so I'm like having to there needs to be a screen mute button for crying out loud. And the crazy thing is it's the commercials I'm having to protect my kids from. Show the people what they want to see. Okay. There we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. The Greg stuff. There's too much pressure for women. Okay, I agree. I just it's over here. I was like, who is that? There's someone there, Greg. You look good. Handsome guy. Actually, I was going to say you remind me of someone. This is weird, but you remind me of Matt. What's his name from Lost? Matthew Fox. I don't know why I'm getting Matthew Fox vibes right now from this, which is really weird. But yeah, I would say like the eyes and everything, and then the jawline or something. I don't know what's going on with this. Read the description. Oh, hang on. We got to be careful. I'll read it offline. Secret messages. Excuse me, one side of my face. It's so droopy. I think I had a miniature stroke on the way to work at a winery sometime in the winter of 2015. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never said anything weird before. What are you talking about? I'm perfectly normal. Back to work. Back to work on my tree cutting game. I'm perfectly normal. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Now help me out on my tree cutting game. All right, let's see if we get these body and internet messages. Oops. No detections of trees. Oh, and that's because we're not detecting trees. We got a diddly. Is that not what we say? I'm confused. This is problems. We got problems here. So we got to do a test on it. Here's the other thing we can do. If the angle of the branch we're on goes over a certain amount, say we're in the wind and it's doing this and it goes too much, then we fall. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't think I'll here's the thing. One of the things I was thinking about this the other day is there's no way I can grow as a streamer. And the reason is I just run my mouth too much. And as soon as I get like some hater out there, they're going to just go through all of my streaming history and just find me saying the most out of pocket things. I know that I'd probably eventually, if I were to grow in scope, I would get the ire of the like quote unquote anti-woke crowd because I dare like not like everything great and good about whatever something. So I would just get torn apart by anybody. It would just happen. Be interesting. But it wouldn't matter. Especially if someone tried to quote unquote cancel me. There's like not really anything you can do. It's like there's nothing to cancel, guys. That is not, you can't take anything from me that I don't have. There's nothing there to steal. It's gone, all of it. You say two little weird ass things. Not saying every big streamer is rage baiting or something, but I am. I don't know. You can't get canceled if you just say no. So I'm seeing younger Matthew Fox with Greg. Follow me on this one. Follow me on this one. Is that not, am I crazy? Here's a Matthew Fox picture. Is that not Greg? Just like Greg has more of a beard and everything, but is that not, am I crazy? I'm seeing Matthew Fox. Look at this. It's the same guy. This is the meme of Pam, and it's the same picture. Here's Greg again. There's Greg. That's Greg. Right? Plus Selleck. A little bit of both. I'm just realizing, no, mine are more gray. Matthew Fox and I have the same eyes. Ugh. Can you keep them side by side? Oh, yeah, I can. I mean, hang on. Greg looks like Greg. You know what? No, we can only equate ourselves to the majesty of the celebrity and nothing else. We're worthless if we are not like our superior humans that walk among us. I mean, this is the same person. I'm convinced. You can't change it. I mean, I'm looking at the same guy. Same guy. It's identical. That's what I'm seeing. I like that it's just white guy with shaved head and beard. What's it called when you can't tell the difference of people that are different, like race than your own? And I hate using the term race, but like your native, like whatever you surround yourself by as a child or whatever you become, like you have like race blindness. What's it called when you can't like, you know what I'm saying? Racist? No, like how some like white people, you know, it's like name a black actor. Who's that guy? It's a black actor, and they'll name every single black actor that they ever known because they just can't tell. Ignorant? No, there's a name for this. God damn it. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the out of pocket thing that's going to get me screwed. Face blindness. That's what I'm talking about. Is it race blindness? Yeah. Race blindness. I mean, and the same thing happens with like, yeah. And I think it has to do with like, it literally has to do with the brain's development and everything. Do you mean they all look the same thing? No. I'm not, no, not like that. Being unable to distinguish, like, I don't know how else to describe it. Supposedly Brad Pitt has that. Yeah. Okay. I have face blindness with women. Okay. See, so it's face blindness. That's what I was thinking of. There's like, I don't mean that you have that. I mean, if that's what you meant. Well, that's like the racist way of saying something like that. Like to say like, I have a hard time telling people of like a certain ethnicities like grouped together is like, you know, but they all look the same. That's where you're getting into. Okay, dude. That's, yeah. We won't clip it. God damn it, Johnson. No. But anyways, he's already said too much. It's not a good thing. Oh, God. I was talking about getting canceled. Now he's looking for self-fulfilling prophecies. I think the message is the same. I was talking to my wife about, oh God, here we go. No, I shouldn't even mention it. But there's some groups of people where it's like some religious groups will be like, oh, because your bloodline is this, you are this thing. And I was just talking about how stupid a lot of that stuff is because we interchange what we consider race to be culture, to be where you came from on a continent, but then only if the skin color or whatever matches a certain thing, even if you were born and raised there, you're not technically that even. And it's like, it's all just fucking nonsense. And it's like, it's just, you know, I mean, the worst part about it is to be so significant. Like, I feel, I don't know, the people that like get into that whole thinking, you know, to be like, I was watching this documentary about this woman who was born in Brazil to Japanese parents. And she was born and raised there and learned Portuguese, right? Brazilian Portuguese. And she also knew Japanese. But when she moved to Japan, because she always felt out of place in Brazil. And when she moved to Japan, she thought she would be finally in a place where she's welcomed. And she got there and she realized that she will always be like an outsider no matter where she goes. She'll never feel like she belongs anywhere. And a lot of that is due to this archaic thinking that a lot of groups of people tend to have about stuff like that, and apply it to an individual. And so you get like trapped by, basically, I consider it sort of medieval thinking. Like if she weighs as, if she floats in water, she weighs as much as a piece of wood that weighs the same as a duck or whatever, and therefore she's a witch. Yeah. Nothing against women. No, I'm just saying, man or woman, I don't want to see a commercial with a guy's legs spread and his hair coming out of his underwear to show me how good his razor blade is at cutting pubes. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter if it was a man or a woman. In this case, it just happened to be it just happened to be a commercial for a women's product. There's a real chance that are you talking about in England? Yeah. But I mean, it happens to, like, if you're like, I don't, these terms are terms that I'm not somebody to use, but the term like mixed race, right? And so like you can be by one group of people considered like, black, for instance, right? But then in that community, you're not, you're half or mixed or whatever, right? And so you're just like trapped in this dogma that people have about this stuff. And so you just like, and because we just compartmentalize and taxonomize things, and it just fucking sucks. And that's all awful and nonsense is all I'm saying. Oh God. Oh God, Johnson. Oh God, no. Legs spread and his hair coming out of his underwear. Oh, hang on. See a commercial with a guy's legs spread and his hair coming out of his underwear. Featured clip. I'm part German and French, I think. Does that count? See, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. The joke I always make is when somebody says they're like 3/16 Cherokee or whatever. I probably could reduce that fraction, but to me, that's the same thing as saying you're like, I'm like 1/4 Boy Scout. It doesn't make any sense, right? It's like Cherokee is a group of people. Like a white dude could be welcomed into that group, and they could say they're Cherokee and they could legitimately be right. But they don't, they're not, because they don't look a certain way or whatever. And then people who just have a little bit of genetic ancestry from somebody is now laying claim to like an entire groups of people that are like, it's a tribe. You're in the tribe or you're not in the tribe. It has nothing to do with ancestry, except that the ancestors are of that tribe. It's like, it has spice potential. Kevin Costner did it. Oh, did he do that? Did he make that claim? Was he like 5/8 Boy Scout? You're 1/2 Boy Scout. Excellent. I was born in Scotland, American dad, Canadian granddad. And how, depending on how long you were raised there, you feel like a Scot, I bet, and like part of you is always going to be that. And so that's the part where it all falls apart on me. The one thing is that is true is that obviously our DNA and everything carries markers in it that like, but the problem with any of this is you start to like, this is how you get to when our brains are incapable of separating this stuff, and it always boils down to fucking some wackadoos starting to talk about some eugenics bullshit when it comes to this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is making any sense. But I'm a Southerner. Yeah, I mean, my family tree, my parents were German immigrants from Prussia. And see, that doesn't instantly, it's like it wasn't even Germany. And and then on my mom's side, it's a bit of like, I think it's Irish. I don't even know. But then even that is like, well, what is that? We just fixate and yeah. But we're really good at it. We're really good at it. Unfortunately, it is a skill that we're extremely good at. Mongrel. But for instance, I mean, in terms of like human ancestry, we basically all go back to the same place. So technically, we're all the same. That's the part about this that I think is so fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'm trying not to be specific, but we're the same. Right. The human body is this wonderful thing. This is how it's not presented this way. Our bodies are capable through many generations of changing its makeup so that it survives better in certain environments. Grows more hair. The melanin in our skin changes. And that's just a part of our evolutionary course. That's nothing else. But somehow in our present day, like we managed to just fuck up our own understanding of ourselves into this nonsense gibberish, which is not to take away from the very real, like, I'm not saying that like discrimination on the basis of someone's skin color or ancestry has not happened. That's not what I'm saying at all. It absolutely has. But that's the stupidity of it all. That's what I'm trying to say. Identity and I belong to X will be there. I don't think it's always bad. It sucks if you hate people based on that, but if you want to hate, you always find something. Right. Yeah. It's a bummer. One thing I'll admit though is that as we're getting interested more and more in Japan, for instance, my children see anyone of a specific Asian descent as Japanese. And so I was thinking about this from like a learning perspective and how do I kind of shake them up on that, right? And so I think what I'm going to do is start to be like, well, uh, uh, you know, here's some pictures of people from Asia. Where do you think they're from there, right? But this is the silliness of it all. Because again, just because someone's features are a certain way doesn't mean that they're like, and this is the stupidity of it in a lot of ways too. And so I have to like navigate that very carefully. And I still haven't like figured it out yet. But yeah. So far, thankfully from their words, they've never said XYZ looks like that, therefore they are this. Where in Japan are you from? Brooklyn? But yeah, it's all silly. We're capable of really silliness. We are And I mean, there's the other thing is there's nothing worse than loving a culture or a group of people like as an outsider or whatever, and then just basically realizing that like it's like, oh, they hate my guts because of how I look. That's it's like fuck. Um, yeah, it's weird. I think we all just want some acceptance. Um, but culture's a weird thing, and I mean, you know, from an anthropological perspective, you can get really weird about it too. Um, so because it's like, well, technically, there's no right or wrong when it comes to like a group of people's beliefs or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I get it. Well, I mean, that was my experience in my childhood, for a long time, to Bob. So for me, like that's what I got to experience. Um, what was really interesting though, and I distinctly remember it, that the peers I had that were the same age as me, it wasn't a problem. It was everyone older that that was a problem for everyone else. And so you get to see how it's trained in young and in like that stuff is kind of taught. Um and so you have your friends and you're really close to them and you just think of them as your friends. But to their family or brother, like people who come in and don't know your relationship with them, you know, you're just some guy that's like not supposed to be there, and like, why is this guy here? And you know, and they refer to you by, you know, skin color and a bunch of other shit, and it's just like it's weird. I got, yeah, probably shouldn't get into it too much, but you like as a kid, you know, I just um yeah, it was kind of a bummer. Oh, it literally means white guy. I got called something much worse. I can't even say it. Yeah. Yeah. So, but it sucks. It's just like, and that's why I think it's kind of stupid. Cause just seeing it like, and it's just, you know, I don't know. People are weird. We're the first generation that tried to teach our kids somebody different. Yeah. For me, it's like, I'm doing it in a, basically, I just don't refer to people by skin color, full stop. Um, or I don't presume nationality when I see somebody, and I do not refer to them as like Mexican or whatever, right? That's just not, I'm not going to do that. That won't happen. Um, so it is, yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, Medusa, yeah. It always sticks in my mind. I remember getting into an argument with my mom about it when she would refer to somebody as like, you know, I don't remember what it was, but I called her out on it. I was like, you're going to stop doing that in front of me. It was when I was younger, but it was just like she would refer dismissively to somebody, and I was like, nah, we're not doing that. Um, and actually that was kind of a problem with both sides of the family as far as the grandparents were concerned. Is it's so funny you don't notice it until you have kids, and then suddenly you're like, whoa, you need to stop. Like you got to stop. We did continue to hang out with them, to clarify. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, your parents are going to tell you, yeah, you're not going to listen. um, yeah. No, it's I did breakdancing with them. We just hung out, played toys, and I was super young. It was like when I was between 3 and 7. I lived in housing projects, and we were the only white family there. Yeah, it would have been 3 to 7, and then there was a brief period of time. Oh, I haven't moved the mouse in so long. Everything just shut off. Why are there so many Florida keys but no Florida locks? No idea. Just so my Jesus Christ, I'm just stepping in it. It's so wild. All right. Back to the tree branch stuff. See, I'm setting it twice here. We're entering lumber, and we're getting a bunch of lumber when we do this. By the way, M is, let me do a shout out to Jotson. Jotson comes in here, says hi, and then I just don't say anything. But Jotson's got the mailroom. Jotson's grinding away at it. And did the Next Fest. Are you doing launch soon? 2026, it says. Okay. Soon, Tim. Well, I'll try to have my daughter play it again, Johnson, so I can never get to sleep in a bed with my wife ever again. Thanks for that, Johnson. Actively destroying my sex life with his fucking horror game. God damn it. That was like 3 months down the drain. All because of Johnson. Put that in a trailer for your game. Now there's a doll head. Johnson. Plus TMI. Oh man. He needs to know the damage that he's done to my life. He's like, oh geez. Okay, so as we enter these body areas, body entered, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna now we're gonna go through each body. And so what we want to do is we want to ask the area 3D for all of its colliding bodies. So we're gonna go to area 3D and we're gonna say, hey dude. What happened here? Did I lose the chat? I'm hearing the chat. What did I do here? What is all this? Why is this here? What am I seeing? Where did everyone go? Where are you guys? There you are. Yeah. She can just play more Rhythm and Goose. She was pretty good at that. She was getting good at that. That was like surprising. We're doing Mavis Beacon. Mavis Beacon has a wonderful algorithm that a lot of typing games don't use. And it's not technically a typing algorithm, but it detects where you're having issues with typing and will deliver more words to help focus and get those skills up. The one thing that Mavis Beacon can't do that maybe a modern typing game could do is look at your hands on a keyboard and say you're off home row and yell at you about it. We're going to say get overlapping areas, overlapping bodies, get overlapping bodies. The other thing, though, like what I was saying about, last thing I'll say, what I was saying about being like welcomed or whatever is like nobody owes you anything either. So it's all kind of weird. And some cultures are about being exclusionary, right? So I get it at the same time. Let's go. So many Godot expertise on so little, so much. Not much grammar. Not much grammar. All right, so we have the overlapping bodies. And what we want to do is track when we have two of the same one. Now, overlapping bodies is an array. There's an easy way to check an array for the existence of... So if I get a node, I can do a find in an array. This is really inefficient, but I can do a find in an array for the self and get a count, right? Finds, it gives an integer, returns the index of the first, so that's not it. There's a way to do this intelligently. Overlapping bodies. Damn it, Tapir. There's a way to do this. Can't you compare two arrays somehow? Set theory? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two loops. Tastes so good. And we're going to say, here's what we're going to do. This is not what we want to do, probably. Node A and node B. And if node A equals no B. This is, so here's the problem with this. If I do this, we're going to automatically get a match because we know that, of course, it's going to always find one. Contains. I swear, I might sound crazy, but I swear there was a way to get an array and then do something with another array to get count. Here we go. Count. This is what we want. That'll do it. Jesus. So if we do a count, if count, if, and then I guess since we're doing this way, we're going to want to put it into a singular array so it won't keep getting the array. Var bodies array equals and then it would be bodies here. Bodies count node A is greater than 1. And then we say swap me daddy. So then we say swap me daddy %s node A. All right, so we should see swap me daddy happen a little bit occasionally. All. It's a one-liner. Yeah, I knew it was a one-liner. I couldn't remember. Now we should see swap me daddy, but we're not seeing any swap me daddies. Let's see. Do we have print bodies? So we do have a bunch of arrays here. Oh, look at this. This is weird, right? Why are we getting multiples? Yeah, it's been a while since we got back to it. Oh, it's only going to return 1. I need 2 areas. I need 2 areas because it's not going to return the number of times there's overlapping bodies. It's only going to return the overlapping bodies. So we need a top area 3D and a bottom area 3D. This is lame. Ooh, tomorrow I get to do class just with my son. I haven't been able to do that. I'm going to be so excited about it. Will there be a dog in the game that barks and tells you which trees you can climb, but it always does it to the wrong one? I feel like that's a joke, but I can't understand it. Function array has kind of thing. Yeah, that might be it, too, Bob. What's up, Doddle? What's up, Shorty? Will there be a dog robot helper that takes the successfully cut branches and chews them up into mulch? Booyah! I was actually thinking that the player itself needs to be a robot so that we can have player death in it and not have it be like a violent thing, but just sort of a fun thing, and it would explain why you could just sort of like not be dead or have a fail state for the game, basically. That's why the dog is a robot too. We could do that. We could make the machines fun. Array A, array B, bool, return. Superset. Okay. Area 3D top. Area 3D bottom. Now when either of them are entered, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to connect to the exact same function. And now what we're going to do is, how do you do that? So this is what I'm talking about. That would be fun. I think if we lead into the robot thing, it would be fun to have different machines that aren't like your typical, like what do we shred, what do we chip wood with? That's like a fun thing that's not a chip. But see, I worry about, I think people are going to want the whole like, oh, I've always wanted to be able to cut my own trees down thing. So maybe we don't have to be robots. Maybe we could be something else like garden gnomes. I don't know. Or maybe when you die, you come back as a zombie woodcutter. I don't know. What? I haven't said anything about beavers, anything negative. Oh, those beavers. No. No. Lightsaber. If we could. So body's top. Body's bottom. All right. Let's see how this does. We got to see that Swap Me Daddy show up. Oh. I don't think performance is too much of a concern about this. I'm sure there's a good way to do it. There's a programmer's way to do this. Nothing. Oh, and that's because we don't have the collision area here. Correct. Swap me, daddy. Swap me, daddy. Swap me, daddy. Swap me, daddy. And a bunch of swap me daddies. There we go. All right. So now that we have the daddies we can swap to. Swap me, daddy. Gotta say it every... Daddy PLS, swap me. So let's try to child ourselves to our daddy. Let's do it. Swap me, daddy. So we're going to try to rechild self. See, is this even possible? Can we rechild ourselves? Adopt me, daddy. Oh, God. Is this an object thing? I think this is under object, right? Is there like a set parent? No, it's a node. Find parent. Reparents. Here we go. New parents. Okay, so we just say reparent. If this works, this is it. It's as simple as this. Whoa! Okay, that's a bug. But look at this. We're swaying on the tree like I wanted. This is what we want. So now if I look over, if I'm looking down, hang on, let me hide the... Let's start over. That was a bug, clearly, but we're going to go with it. Whoa! So here's what it's like looking down. This is what I'm talking about, baby. Whoa, if I lean, it goes crazy. Whoa! Whoa! All right, so it's wigging out. Whoa! Now I'm on the very top of the tree. It's totally wigging out. Ah! Wow, it's... Holy shit. Oh my god. Ah! This is a very good game so far. You think so? This is unnerving. Will it be like exposure therapy for heights? You think it is? I mean, we're wiggling a little bit. We got a little bit of a wiggle jiggle. It's slowing down. And you can tell the tree is leaning because of where I am on it. Can I rotate around? Like I can actually tell just by looking out that the tree was leaning. Yeah, it's listing right now. I can tell. So, I mean, do we have a sense of heights right now? Does this seem high up? What happens if we change the camera perspective? Oh my god, it's wiggly. This is fine. I don't think anyone's going to get sick from this, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. It seems fine to me right now. The wind's blowing. We're up on a tree super high. It's fine. Name suggestion, Vertigro. Oh, there we go. Oh my god, she's shaking. She's shimmying and shaking. Oh, Christ. We're shaking. Oh, it's slowing down. Here we go. Well, the dream is coming. Coming all over us. Whoa! I know what's happening. I know why we're shooting up, too. Guys, I know why we're shooting up. Camera stabilization and upgrade. Could do that. Can I bring out the chainsaw? Hell yeah, I can. Oh, it's way down there. Go. Oh, whoa. Bug City, USA. Okay. It's up for you. It's up to you how you cut down the tree. It's up to you how you cut down the tree. So one thing we need to do is when we reparent, we need to change our global position to match, I think, to match that new lumber's global position. No. It's because it's a relative thing. I think that's why we're flying up. Because our position relative to the lumber that we're climbing is up at a certain point. And then when we reparent, we're actually pushing ourselves up. And now we're redetecting into a new overlapping body. And then we reparent with that one, and we reparent with that one, and we reparent with that one, and so on and so forth. Field of view slider. Yeah, that would be great. We could tie that into height. Like the higher you go, the more your field of view sort of changes. Right now I've got it at a low field of view. Will this change if I do it right now? Yes. So yeah, as you get higher up, let's experiment with that. We'll go up and then mess with field of view. So we'll just keep climbing it. Whoa. All right, so we're at the tipsy tops. And then let's change our field of view. So, I mean, obviously changing the field of view makes you feel like you're higher up. See, it's glitching. So we got some bugs with this, and it does have to do. Again, I'm thinking the reparenting thing. We might have to hopscotch between two climbing controllers. I also don't know why the lerping. You see how that snapping is happening on my lerp? What is that about? Do I not have like a smooth lerp? I don't understand why it's so jittery. It's acting like it's at a different frame rate. Anyways. Bacchanal. 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 Are you recalculating the lerp from every? It's been so long, I actually couldn't tell you. Bacchanal. Ooh, baby. Every time I look around, Bacchanal. So we do climb left and right. We use a rad to degree for tau for the direction. We divide by 8 for how much we're going to be doing the rotation. We do it by... So we're doing a tween method. And we're easing in, easing out, and doing quadratic for transition. And so we're calling a tween method. It's called climb rotate. And then we're just changing our basis based on the degrees that we're rotating. So this should be tweening the method. Bacchanal. It's the tween easing then for sure. Bacchanal. It's not like smoothed easing. I wonder if there's something about tweens and easing when it comes to Bacchanal. So my daughter may come in and she may call upon me. You may ask yourself, how did I get in this tree? And you may ask yourself, can I cut it down? Da-da-da. Ba-na-na-na. Right? Watching the trees fall down. Do-do-do-do-do. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. This is not my beautiful tree. And you may say to yourself, my wood, what have I chopped? That video is still really, like, you can tell, you know what Amiga program that video was edited on. You know? What was that video editing program that was so big on Amiga? Toaster. Music video was absolutely made on Toaster. Watching the shaves go by. Hey, you.
Ow, ow.
Oh, you okay? What's wrong?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm not squishing you. You smell good. But could have washed your forehead. It's got kind of a syrupy flavor to it.
Mama put some of the bug spray on the
Oh, baby, that's what I'm smelling.
areas.
Oh, bug sprays. Because you're getting bug bites?
No, I saw nothing stinging us, and
Yeah?
yep, it stopped the wasp didn't come near us and do that.
Mm-hmm. Are you having fun watching that Texaco show?
Yay!
You like it?
We watched all of them.
You watched them all?
Yeah,
Oh, my goodness.
but we can still watch them together.
Yeah, we can. I love you, handsome.
Remember why you came in?
Good night, little man.
Oh,
Give me
good
good,
night,
give me a
Papa.
good night hug. I love you bunches. Bunches. Getting so big. Hey, it's going to be me and you tomorrow. We're going to kick some butt together.
Yeah.
We're going to have a bunch of fun.
That new book he got with the dry erase pen would be great to bring.
Yeah. Oh, I'm coming too, right?
That's what you said.
Okay.
Otherwise, Jason would be.
Okay. Well, that's what I thought was happening. Oh, I see. She wouldn't want that.
She would be at home.
Okay.
You didn't want that, so.
Okay. Okay.
But we can talk about it.
Okay. All right. Watching the Taco Bell. Oh, man. Internet's oldest memes confirmed. You may ask yourself, is this an evergreen? You may ask yourself, what kind of walnut tree is this? Watching the days go by. Set ease. Creates and appends a method tweener. The method is similar to the combination of tween callback and tween property. It calls a method over time with the tweened value provided as an argument. The value is tween between from and to over the time specified by duration in seconds. Use callable bind to bind additional arguments for the call. You can use method tweener set ease and method tweener set transition. That's what we're doing wrong. To tweak the easing and transition value. So you have to use an entirely different set of easing functions if you're calling tween method. So then what's an example of us using that in here? Method tweener interpolates. So we have to get method tweener by calling tween method, and then we set the easing. Tween method returns a method tweener. So this is what we're doing wrong. We just figured it out, guys. You follow me? Var method. So RTFM. This is what we're learning here, guys. RTFM. Method tweener. Something about the tweenies. Watching the days go by. Do, 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 do. How did I get this Taco Bell? Tween method, method tweener, set trans, and set ease. So now I just do that on, but see, it is returning it in the chain, so that's not it either. This doesn't matter. I don't have to do this. Or do I? I'm going to try it. And this is just not negative tau. Ah! No, it's still doing it. Yeah, it's got to be the easing function. Let's try getting rid of transition. I just think that it calls... I'm guessing that Godot doesn't call it that often for performance reasons. I'm guessing that there's some... Okay, we'll get rid of all easing. We might need to ease in the method call. So we can apply an easing function on the method side. See, it's choppy. I'm guessing that that seems smooth. I don't know, sometimes it... No, see, that's choppy. That's choppy. Ah. It is choppy. Do 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 do. Bwomp 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 bwomp. I don't think it's a profiler thing because the rest of the game is chill, but we could try. What would I look at? I mean, I could look at frame rate. Frame rate's a solid 60. I'm guessing that... Whoa. What I think we could do, because we're going to get a number between 0 and whatever we set at rotate speed. Well, if we think about it this way, I'm doing degree to rad. One thing I could do is I could print out, I could do a log of the frame that we're at when we call the method, and if and see if we're getting it consistently on frame. Is time doesn't give us frame. How do you get frame in Godot? Process frames? There it is. So I'm going to just print debug, print frame, %s, %engine, get process frames. Is it choppy? Yes, it is. The problem is we're using a frame function, and it's choppy. It's getting called on each frame. So then let's do the math of our rotation and see what we're ending up with. Something with floating point values. Look at this. For each frame, we have the same exact number near the end. So it's creating the effect that nothing is changing between these two values. And we end up with the choppiness. So that has something to do with our mathematical calculation, degree to rad degree. Now I'm using what, let's print degree and see what it is. $45. These are full on. That's not helpful. We don't want degrees. We want float values. Rad to degree. No, 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 no. We want floats. All right. So this is going to break everything. So that gives us jack shit now. Tau. Well, hang on. Let me. So we're seeing where the problem is. So it's a math issue. So now we have no value that's useful. What are we translating this into? A float? Should be a tau value, but we're not using the existing we're not using the existing. We're being additive. We're being additive. But we should be getting some value. Tau divided by 8 will get us something. So why aren't we seeing a float value? 0 to tau divided by 8. We're not seeing that. Why not? Are we... Is 8 is not a floating value. Should it be 8.0? Are we losing... No, jack shit. It's doing integer. Yeah, that seems like that could be a possibility. Auntie. Nothing. Bros. We're in the land of confusion. We're going between 0 and tau divided by a number at a certain speed. The number that we're sending to the method is between 0 and that number tau. Now let's just let's print this number out. Print rotate angle. Is it angle if we're not degree? If we're not all arguments converted to percent s operands. So now we need to do parentheses. Maybe I have to put it in a float. I don't know. And then we'll do negative tau. Now, when we called it, let me clear this out. There's the number we should be, that's the number we should be tweening to. Oh, am I hiding it? So it shows the number we should be tweening to, but we're only getting 0 back. Now, is it possible because I'm doing a print S, I should be doing a print D for decimal? And we're just not printing it because of, or is it F, print F, or float? So we're getting poop. We're not getting a float value whatsoever. Why? We're getting a little distracted with this, I'll admit it. But it's been bothering me, and now that we got climbing going again, I kind of want to get it solved. That's another issue we got to deal with. What in the heck is going on? Tween method. Now, is it possible? You know what? Oh, this would be weird. We're doing 0 instead of 0.0. Are we maybe, is tween method maybe inferring type by the first value? M is on the same, we're all of one mind right now. We have mind melded. The problem, that was it. It inferred type by that 0. You guys, write this down. Is this a bug? Do I complain to the Godot police about this? Should I Karen this on their things? Are you doing static typing? That's none of your business. That's a private matter, Auntie. But yes, I am. I am. Whether or not I'm doing static typing is between me and my doctor. Okay, so now that we've done it, I think we can go back to the way I was doing it. But this way, we don't have to do any... So we're rotating and we're doing degree to rad. Now, why were we doing that? Because we were wanting to add 2 degree to rad. So now we just need to do degree. So we can get rid of all that degree to rad nonsense. We don't need that anymore. So now we should be smooth tweening. It's smooth tweening from here on out. We figured it out. We debugged, boys. Smooth! There we go. Look at that. Way better. 10 times better. Smooth as silk. Wow. Okay, so that's our new bug. But at least we can rotate smoothly. Tweening looks good. Okay. Problem solved. Thanks for your guys' support on that. We are all in that together. So, interesting though, the inferred type though. Unexpected. Is that a bug? It feels buggish to me. If the issue is something that, for instance, like, it seems to me, and maybe it was and I didn't notice, but like if I clear, hang on a second, here's what we're going to do. Let's reintroduce the bug, and we just want to see if there's a warning that got spit out in the old Godot editor. So we start out with 23 errors. Let's clear them out. Well, we'll climb first. So we just got an error there, but we're going to just rotate. Okay, so it's not doing anything. So you're not going to get an error with this either. Interesting. So just so you know, when you tween method, the type value of the first number, it just seems to me it should always be float, right? Even if I give it a non-float value, it seems to me if we're tweening between 2 numbers, it should be a float. I mean, that's tweening is a fractional thing. So this is confusing to me that this was even an issue. Now, what we could do, because Auntie's on a good path of thinking. Let's go to the engine. Let's go to the project itself and disable the strict stuff. And I don't know why it would care, but we could at least troubleshoot this. The integer is a fraction of a larger integer. You son of a biscuit. I don't know that I actually have strict typing on this. I don't think I do. No, there's no, I'm all defaults right now. No strict typing. Normally I do. I practice that habit anyways. So I don't have it enabled on the project. I think I actually had to do something because of an add-on or something. Look at it swaying back and forth, though. That's wild. Ah! Okay. So now we've got to fix that. I think we're at a spot that we call stopping time. Closing time. One last call for alcohol. Something, something. I must take the dog to his sleepover. Hang on a second. Let me track down my daughter. I'll be right back. Should we put on another one of those programming things for you guys? Or should I just get up on the tree and you guys can just get real dizzy? Let's get up on the tree. Because it's starting to look like something. Tree game starts to look like a game. Oh. I'm just going to leave it here. Enjoy the nausea. Medium high tree, survivable. My buddy fell out of the same trees later that month and split his sternum. Ooh. That doesn't sound comfortable. Anything with a name like that. There we go. That's good. Enjoy the view. I'll be right back. It's fine, Em. I don't know what you're talking about. Just a little bit of wind. It's getting you a little motion sick? Okay. I think that's kind of the point. I don't know. Okay, well, I'll be right back. It'll only get like that when you're way up high in a tree and it's windy. So maybe we introduce this later in the game. So I know Jotson's. I don't know if Jotson's here. I know Jotson's a Buffy fan, and I remember. So I watched the last season a few years back with my wife, and I felt like I had in my brain the way that the show ended was completely different than what I saw rewatching it. I was so confused, and I felt like, did they change it or did they cut something? Because I swear to God, I remember. Does anybody care for spoilers? I don't think anyone would care. But I swear I remember Xander dying. But I think he makes it all the way to the end. And I could have sworn he like, I'm not there yet, but I guess I'll find out. Oh shit. Well, I shouldn't have said anything. He dies. Yeah, he dies early in the show. Fuck. I'm sorry, Auntie. And it's possible I'm not even remembering it correctly right now. Anyways, so there's also that. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have waited. It's a great show. But I swear I remember the ending being something completely different. I won't say anything else about it. Oh, I wasn't talking about the show. Oh, okay. Just talking about my eyesight. Or is it? Oh, okay, okay. Oh, the low res ground you think is contributing to it? Yeah, I just grabbed a satellite image of my old neighborhood to have something to work with. It could be that, yeah. I mean, we're going to populate this whole thing with like low poly stuff in the background and whatnot. And a bunch of different like simple tree systems and stuff. What I need is a way of building terrain. We found a good tiling system using GSI data. But I think what I might do, if I can combine GSI terrain data, you might have to make this game VR. You know, Greg was talking to me. I got to bounce. Andy, thanks for hanging out. Let me do a shout out. Auntie, brother and sister cruise co-op stream. Working on a game together. Super cool to see that. Is the streamer name Sibling Rivalry available? Because you should grab it. My sis is finally doing some cool art. They were in the. You guys were in the. See, they're doing game development the right way, where they're working out their ideas for like a week or two, and then they're working on the game. It's something called game design. Have you guys heard about this? You guys prototyping and planning a prototype. Have you guys heard about this? Some new way of doing things, I guess. Working out our ideas for like 2 years. But are they just like you guys are going for walks ideas? Because that's different than actually sitting down and doing it ideas. It's a little wiggly. I don't see the problem. Last month was hardcore design. See, I'm wondering. Anyways, take care. Yeah, of course. Have a good one. So, I have an idea about the bark in the game. And it has to do with creating the bark using shaders. I'll be right back. I gotta go say goodbye night to my little man. So what's that game coming out about walking? Is it Big Walk? Big Hike? What's it called? Big Hike? It's called Big Walk. So I want to play this with a group of bros. Okay, we're all going to get together and we're going to get this game when it comes out and we're going to play it. Okay? You guys want to watch the trailer? And brothers and sisters, me and you, Em. I'll show the trailer again. We're doing it. This one.
Hello. Hello. We're House House. You might know us because of our Goose Game. And we're here today to show you around our new game. Ooh. It's a cooperative multiplayer adventure made for friends to play together. It's called Big Walk.
It's a tricky game to describe, but it's mainly about doing two things: talking and walking. So talking. It's a big part of Big Walk, and we've put a lot of work into making a proximity voice chat system that feels natural and playful. You'll sound different if you're speaking up close,
Hello.
or far away,
Hello.
or in a tunnel,
Hello.
or over a walkie-talkie,
Hello. Over.
or behind soundproof glass. In a situation like this, where you can't hear each other, you'll need to find other ways to communicate. So we've given you lots of ways to point and gesture,
Oh, there they are.
and plenty of tools to stay in touch when you're out of earshot. And if you can't use voice chat, or you just don't feel like it, we've also made a proximity text chat system, so you can play the entire game that way as well. Hello.
The game is set in a big open world that we've filled with all kinds of stuff. To see it all, you'll need to go for a big walk. Exploring as part of a group is a special feeling. Our chat system makes it important to stick together, so navigating the world of Big Walk requires lots of teamwork and talking.
Oh, that's that like pass.
As you explore, you can split up and go off on your own adventures, or even lose each other accidentally. When you're apart, you won't be able to talk face to face, and so finding your way back together isn't always straightforward. If you get lost in the bush, don't worry. You'll find plenty of ways to stay in touch and find each other again. Hello? If anyone can hear me, please shoot up a flare. Thank you.
This building behind me has a challenge in it. Completing challenges like these is the way you make progress through the game. They're all about teamwork, and they're all a little bit different. A lot of them are designed so that you find funny and surprising new ways to talk. You might need to do some miming, or come up with a special code, or even sing to each other.
Okay, so you want to find a speaker that's like ooh wah wah, ooh wah wah, ooh wah wah.
They're not all about talking though. There's a bit of platforming in there, some sports, and some weirder stuff too.
Stop.
Our challenges are open-ended and leave plenty of room for you to do things your own way.
I don't think it's
Like
out
the
yet,
rest
but
of
I
the
want to
game,
play it when it comes
challenges in
out.
Big Walk are about the joy of muddling through things together.
So that's Big Walk. There's heaps to see and do, but there's also lots of room to just hang out in between. We think there's some real magic that happens when you forget your plans and find yourselves doing something else entirely.
You can sit and watch the sunset,
Tell stories as you wait for the night to pass.
Or have
Go
an orgy
dancing.
with your friends.
or you could steal your friend's binoculars and kick them into the ocean.
Oi,
Sorry.
We hope you enjoyed this little tour and got a sense of what we think is so special about this game. We made Big Walk to be a nice way to hang out with your friends in a video game, and we hope you like playing it as much as we do. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So, let me look it up on Steam. Orgy. Oh, God. Who hasn't had an orgy, everyone? Laugh at Jacob. Big Walk. Let's look it up. Big Walk on Steam. Release date is 2026. They don't have a price or anything yet.
We're House House. You might know us because of our Goose Game.
I see them.
I know. They're set. They know they're set. That's cool as hell. Yeah. I mean, it's in the wheelhouse of chill games, but it's got puzzle stuff in it. Wildest thing I remember, though, from those devs is listening to them on a podcast, and one of them outright called for a communist revolution. No, not even joking. And I was like, holy shit. But they make cool games, so whatever. Who's going to play GTA 6 so I can shoot you in the Richard? Oh, man. I don't know if I'll have a machine to run GTA 6. I think this might be one of those times where they may have waited too long, and literally the physical markets of like RAM and hardware might mean that they probably need to actually reduce the graphical fidelity. I think a lot of game companies, AAA specifically, need to reduce graphic budgets and basically freeze them for a while. But I don't know. I think you're going to see 3 generations. Just turn on AI. I wanted to do DLSS 5 on for my thing and put myself through some sort of filter for the webcam. Man, that new DLSS is bad in so many ways. It's not in motion. It's awful. Anytime they show something and the camera isn't moving, it's bullshit. They are publicly traded. I used to own some of their stocks. I should have just held on to it. Just AI and some inputs. Can I backseat just once? Sure. What do you mean? You mean like with what I'm working on right now? But yeah, Rockstar's publicly traded. I don't even want to look up because I know I have the trades when I bought them. I don't even want to know if I had held on. But I did buy a bunch of Nintendo stock before the Wii came out because I knew that thing was gonna blow up. There's only been 2 times I've been super sure about buying stocks. And right before the Wii came out with the Nintendo, I was dumping everything I had into it. Nintendo's public, yeah. It's not on the it's on the Japanese markets, I think. Nintendo, I don't think Nintendo of America trades. Well, yeah, actually does. I'm not certain, but I think you might get a problem with the tweening with the angle that wraps around town. You might need lerp angle. So we're getting a value. And we're calling rotated around the basis. And we're assigning, so we set a starting basis up here. So what I do is I have that's weird, I don't see it now. But we're assigning it to basis. I think it's okay. But what might you think? but I'm not certain. I think you might get a problem with the tweening the angle if it wraps around tau. Are you saying because it's additive and it'll just get bigger and bigger? But I don't think so, because I can go all the way around the tree and it's fine. It might just be luck, though. Maybe I shouldn't do a nice round number. Please ignore the rapid height acceleration. We can go all the way around. It did seem shorter right there, didn't it? Emos alone can get subs. Yeah, I do. I'm just not an artist. But, well, you know what I do have now? And I actually can start making good emotes because I got this little sumbitch now because of TwoBob. I've got a tablet and I think I can do some decent drawings and then I can just use this to make good vector graphics. So yeah, you're right. I should start making some cool emotes. I just need help with what they could be. But yeah, my emotes are really dull. It's hard to keep up with that stuff, though. That is wild to think about. Taco Bell emote. Yeah.
Shut up and take my money.
Oh, Jesus. Gifted subs from Doddle. Thank you so much, Doddle. Gagonzo. Hell yeah. Gagonzo deserves that. Sid Funk. Yes. Sid Funk is a rig. Sid Funk has something like some crazy number of view streaks. I do think the viewing streak thing is a mistake on Twitch's side. And I think it can actually reduce like diehard viewers. You can turn it off. I might. I think if whoa,
cool.
Thank you for the raid.
Cool. Yeah, cool. You think it's cool? It's cool. It's not cool.
Is it Ravier? Or Ravier? Thank you so much for the raid. Let me check you out. Let me give you a follow. Art and software game development. I begged Fiera to take it off, and in my suffering, I had an over 100 stream streak. Yeah, view streaks attract people for the wrong reasons and create undue stress. That I feel that way. When Sid loses his streak and comes in tail between legs, I'll say, "Don't worry about it, dude," and I'll turn it off for him. Ravier. Okay, we're working on a multiplayer space FPS. Nice. Oh my God, that's weird. Thank you for coming in. We're making a game about cutting down a tree. We're working on climbing the tree right now. It's a little broken, but we just got ourselves set up to look at that. That's not how you climb a tree. But we just got it set up so that we're attached to the rigid body. As you can see, we're swaying back and forth with the tree. The tree is looking like a snowflake. But it sways in the wind. There's no leaves on this. This would be like a dead tree, basically, in real life. And we have a little bit of bugs right now when we're climbing. But we also have a chainsaw. We can cut down the branches of the tree, but we're not working on that right now. We're primarily focused on climbing and navigating the tree. Thanks again so much for the subs, Doddle, I appreciate that. Relieve all this pressure. Well, I'll talk to the next time I see Sid, I'll talk to him about it. Yeah, I don't like this auto opt-in stuff. Well, I didn't even know. I mean, for me, it was nice because Sid never talks in my chat, just kind of waves. So sharing the streak became this like, wow, Sid watches consistently, and I had no idea. So in a weird way, it helped out a ton. The other funny thing too about Twitch is when I look at the analytics, it like leaks. I have people that are like sub to me that I didn't even know that have been for a long time, and I have people that watch me to like a lot and I didn't know, but Twitch is like letting me know and I feel bad. I'm utterly disloyal. But yeah, I don't like the FOMO psychological bullshit of that. If anything, I want to make the FOMO. Twitch is getting weird in my opinion. I see why so many streamers are now going to Kick. A lot of streamers have been moving there. It also pays more. Yeah, the only reason why I don't like Kick is because it seems more morally bankrupt than Twitch. Because it does a lot of gambling stuff, right? And they have even less concern about people fucking... Every car accident thing I've ever seen from a streamer is on Twitch or on Kick. So... A hype chest? What is going on? I don't understand. I just got something. Is this for everybody or just for me? I don't know what that is. I got a button? I don't know. Is that for you guys? Do you guys get all that? What does any of this mean? Kick has freedom of speech. This place changes its TOS daily. Yeah, Kick will lock down once they go public. That's generally what happens. Whoever participated in the high train. Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, there you go, everybody. It's because I did 5 subs. Nice. Can I do anything? Is that weird? Could I gift subs? What does that mean if I do that? Is it possible for me to do that? I always thought it was everybody. So does that mean you get that emote anywhere or only on my thing? What does this mean? What is all this? What engine are you doing everything on, Ravier? I'm just curious. And for multiplayer, what kind of testing are you doing? Like, what's your approach with multiplayer? They are global emotes. So everyone got that? Okay. Read the manual. Oh, Jesus. I think that's a hype train one. Giganzo's here. Giganzo, is this worth opening a ticket to the Godot police? Can I show you something we discovered? I haven't looked up to see if there's any issues opened about it, but I found what could be considered unexpected behavior. So we had an issue earlier with, we discovered if you use tween method, the first value determines the type that is sent on the tween. So if it's a whole number, it only sends an integer. But if it's a float, it'll send the tweened value as a float. Does that make sense? All right, everyone's bouncing. Maybe I should raid out. I just don't know if it's a big enough deal to send to the Godot cops. Well, let me do that. Who we got? 27 you all hanging out. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate all the support, all the subs, and all that kind of stuff. And I can't load a following list. There we go. I got it. Let me see if I can find somebody that we could raid. Not a lot of people right now. I'm usually not streaming around this time. Keen Reflex is doing some Japanese translation stuff. New Jank. I haven't seen New Jank in a while. New Jank was working on such a cool game, and I think he got so bored of it. New Jank's a really cool guy. New Jank is my alter ego, I think, in some ways. Well, before I leave, though, we got to shout out Fiera. Let's do the shout out routine. I'll go around and say some. Why is Fiera's not working? Did I spell Fiera's wrong and that's why it never works? Dude, what the fuck? Did I put an H? Why won't it work? It would be good to add. Okay. I haven't checked the actual... Yeah, there's no mention of it in the notes on Tween. Tween method. But yeah, the from value sets the variant value. It is the value that it will be used, that it'll get called on the method. So it's... what's the word? It's... guys, help me out here. It implies the value. What did we say? It's like it's casting the value for the tween by that type. What puzzles me more is that it actually works with the angles. Yeah. Anyways. So you think that's weird that it works with the angles? So I'm getting the starting basis. I can kind of see that. Anytime I move, though, the state is climbing, and that resets the starting basis, the climb value basis. I assign it. And then that's what we're tweening, and then we're assigning that to the basis. So that's why it's working every time, Tapier. If that makes sense. I might be in the way of the code, actually. So anytime I do any sort of climbing movement, we are then immediately assigning to a variable that's where we were, I guess, or where we were when we did that climb action. And we can't climb if we're doing something else. So we can only do a climb action if our state is none. And our state goes back to none once we finish doing whatever the tweening action was. So hopefully that kind of pieces everything together for you. Anybody else I should shout out? Oh, I actually didn't get a shout out to Fiera because of the stupid... I was stuck on the... Fiera's working on... I'm being rate limited by Twitch. So the Fiera shout out must have worked. But yeah, I could submit a GitHub issue. Can't hurt. So Godot, tweening. Godot tweening method uses from type for tween type on callback. Something like that. But yeah, let's raid New Jank. New Jank's super cool. If you guys don't know New Jank, give a follow. But Fier, did my shout out to you work earlier? I'm just want to make sure I did that. Rate limited by Twitch. Fuck. There we go. Pollinator die. There we go. What the hell? There's the link. I don't understand why it wasn't working there for a little bit. It is now. There we go. On Steam. Wishlisted now. I think it's going to be one of those games that's going to do really well. I think it's got the right stuff. Now we're going to raid New Jank. See you guys next time. Sorry my streams have been so intermittent. A lot of real life stuff going on with the kids. This change from winter to spring. And then just a bunch of real life stuff that we haven't had to do. My daughter's had to do a bunch of state tests and stuff. And so we're like doing all that, getting that all sorted. And we have to go to a college campus because it's proctored and it's this whole thing. It's a pain in the ass. So that takes up like most of my days. But we'll be back, or I'll be back to normal hopefully soon. Until then, see you guys later. Thank you again. Thank you for all your support. To Bob, thanks so much. And yeah, thanks. I got a bunch of raids today. Rever. Wait, let me go back up. I got to make sure I say this right. I'm about to lose everybody anyways. Come on, Schultz. Go up. Ravery, thanks for the raid. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Ravery, thanks for the raid. Mathram, thank you for the raid. Manisha Game Dev, thanks for the raid. And all the bits and sub stuff and everything like that. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you guys later. Bye.